Alright, what is going on? Are we live? It says we're... Nope, looks like it's starting now. Alright, cool. Yeah, I think it's going up now. Share this on social media. Discord. Hopefully the audio... Like, I have my Netflix playing, so hopefully you guys can't hear that because, A, of copyright issues, but... also, it would be super distracting, so just let me know. Let me see here. Boom. Oh, you'll probably hear that. What's going on, Aaron? What is happening, dude? Are you back from... Are you still in Virginia, or are you back? I don't remember how long you said you were going to be gone. Oh, I meant to mute that, actually. There we go. Post this on Instagram. What is up, Ryan? Welcome to the stream. Sharing this on... Boom. So the good news is back in Wisconsin now. Cool. Yeah. Hopefully we can get something set up and do that chat that we were talking about. Hopefully this will be one of the last times that I have to do a stream like this. Me and my wife spent all last weekend cleaning out my spare bedroom in order to get it to where it is like an office space. No pun intended on the movie Office Space, but to where it's like an office. That way I'll have a setup, I'll have my camera set up and stuff like that, and have the lighting set up and all that stuff, and that way we can get it to where it looks like a little bit better of a situation. So hopefully that is going on. So I do want to say, as we're getting started here, thanks to my Patreon supporters, especially, everybody, and then there's the ones that specifically are on there for like sponsors of the live streams, which is Language Come Up, Lingoholics. Language Come Up, I have the link to his description. Wait a minute, where is... I just realized I need to redo that because the Japan code is not on there. Let me update that, but the Japan code... Alexander, Michael, and Kadijah, which didn't necessarily want any kind of links shared or anything like that, but you can check out Language Come Up, Lingoholics, and the Japan code once I add the Japan code to my live stream sponsors here. I don't know why that's not on there. Let me do... that way we can update that. But... Anyway, so thank you all to there. I do have, on Patreon, I just uploaded a thing of, you're almost at 2K subs. Yeah, I don't know what happened. I went to sleep last night and I was at 1825 and I woke up and it was at 1840. I'm not sure. The YouTube algorithm has been very generous to me lately. But I have some stuff on my Patreon, and I actually started doing the Japan. There we go. That way he's in there too. I started doing... 1-hour consultations, which I have it on my Patreon. It's $20, but also I have you can just do it if you want. Just message me. Basically, setting up a program. I've already done it twice actually. I didn't expect the kind of the turn. I've had about 10 people message. I've got 2 more scheduled. And basically, it's setting up, getting the most time, bang for your buck in terms of time for your language learning. So if you have any interest in doing like a 1-hour consultation, just trying to figure out how you can even restructure what you were doing and get it there. Because like, obviously I'm not an expert on it, but again, with a wife and a child and a full-time job and things like that, and the fact that I can still get in, 40 hours of Japanese a week, I feel like I can help some people out. So if you have interest in doing it more than just one time, you can do it. I have the link on my Patreon. You can just set up there, and then we can meet every month. And that goes past that, right? Just because we do the 1-hour consultation doesn't mean that I'm never going to talk to you again. I've been messaging the people that I've done the consultations with every day, just checking in, making sure they're doing all right. So if you have interest in that, you totally can. If not, you also don't have to. So it's just something that is there now. So what is going on, Ross? Welcome to the stream. So yeah, like I said, the thing for YouTube always is what do you have to offer? And I think that with time management and motivation and stuff, I think I can help people out. So if you have any interest, just let me know. You can check that out on the Patreon, or just shoot me an email, send me a message on social, whatever, and I can see if I can help you out. Other than that, we're still doing some immersion. This week I'm a little bit down. I was off Wednesday and Thursday. And again, I was watching my son, but those days I didn't get any passive immersion in. So my active study is almost at 20 hours already, but my total is only at 26 hours because I haven't done that. So today and tomorrow I'm actually listening to Japanese right now while I'm talking to you guys, just to get some passive listening in. I've got my Netflix up. That's why I was making sure that the audio wasn't coming through on my desktop. I had to do that in my OBS just to kind of make sure that I didn't get hit with any copyright strikes or anything. So I have to comprehend the thing that I'm doing immersion. Are you asking if you have to? No, because the point of what you're doing in the beginning is learning how to hear the language. Like the stuff that I'm hearing right now, I don't necessarily understand. Like, hang on, let me. Shanimuni yari dakeda. I have no idea what that's saying, but I've listened to this so many times that I know the individual words that is kind of happening, or at least I have a somewhat of a grasp on it. So you're learning how to hear the language, not necessarily comprehend. Obviously, you eventually want to comprehend it, but it's just to be able to learn. That way, as you're picking up words, it's easier to hear, because you may hear, for example, in English, if you say you want to do something, usually in English we say I wanna, right? I want to do this, I want to do that, I want to do that. So if you're listening to English regularly, you're going to hear people say that, and you're getting accustomed to the way that it sounds and the way that they speak. That's the point of the immersion in the beginning. That's what I want to talk about on our next interview. Yeah, man, I'm anxious to, get chatting and stuff, because I know there's a huge split in the language learning community on, God, man, the lighting is so bad. I hate that. The language learning community in terms of passive immersion being comprehensible or not, but what kind of videos can we expect to see from you over the next few weeks? Well, let's see, what is today, the 22nd? So in not in 2 full weeks, but in about a week and a half, I will finish my 5th month of MIA with Japanese. So that will be happening. I do want to set up with another live stream and stuff in terms of like another guest or whatever. And I've got a couple of people lined up. I've got some emails out, and I've actually had people respond. I just have to get back to them. So maybe that. I thought about doing... Now that I've been using NihongoShark for about a week, I thought about doing that. I'm spending about 30 minutes on NihongoShark a day, so not too much. But I'm also in the beginning, so I'm being able to burn through stuff a little bit quicker. So I thought about doing kind of like a semi-review-ish type of thing on that, because I really think it's a pretty solid program. And then I was actually talking to somebody on my Patreon, Cloudy Howdy, actually, who also has a YouTube channel that you can check out, but he does MIA for Korean, but... He was like, you should do kind of an MIA meets Link type of thing. And so I thought about doing something like that. The only problem is I do love Link. I just don't use it a lot for Japanese. I go through spells where I try to use this cup is like consistently condensating. The only thing with that is I don't use Link a lot, and it's not a fault of Link. It's just Japanese is so hard to parse and make the make what you're looking at, like, it's hard to break it down. I know I've showed it before, but like the words can be split in different ways. It might be split here, it might be split there, and it needs to be split somewhere else, and that just makes it a little bit tough. So, but I might do something like that. Do you enjoy passive immersion when you can't comprehend it? Yeah, because That's actually, and like I wish I could give people tips on this, but it's impossible to do. But it's one of those things where I enjoy it because it motivates me because I want to understand it. And I actually use not being able to understand the immersion as motivation. Let me try to move this camera around just a little bit more. All right, that's not as bad. I actually use that to motivate myself even more because I don't understand it. Like, I want to understand it so bad, so that motivates me, and so I actually enjoy it. Plus, two, there's always this weird time when something pops up, and then boom, it's like, oh my god, man, I understood that this time. Like, and so that's really enjoyable to me. Is there a way to pay for a 1-hour consultation but then switch to a lower tier? Sounds really bad me saying that, but I just mean for people who maybe can't donate $20 every month. You don't even have to do the Patreon. If you want to do that, you can just we can set up a time and you can PayPal me. Like, if you want to do like just $1 on Patreon, you can just do that and then just holler at me whenever you want to do a consultation, and you can just drop me $20 on PayPal. And then go from there. So I think I'm going to leave that 20 as a PayPal exclude. I did not expect to get the response that I did from that. So I'm probably going to leave it at 20 for another maybe week or two, and then I might have to jump it up. Not because it's just because I'm getting so bombarded with them now. It's taking a lot of my time. I had no idea that this would be something that people would be interested in. And I've already done 2. And like I said, I have 2 more scheduled, and then I'm in the process of scheduling 6 more that I've gotten messages from. So but if that's something that you would like, just let me know. We can work something out. You don't have to do Patreon at all. Just let me know, and we can do just through PayPal or through whatever. Or if you do want to do the Patreon, just do $1, $3, whatever you want to do, and then we can still do that. So just let me know. And the other reason I like doing the one-on-one consultations versus, like, I know a lot of people like to create these programs. Oh, log in, here's all kinds of information. But with time management, no one's the same. And so the only way to really do a benefit of that is to work with people individually. And that's because what works for Ross here is not going to work for Ethan, who's not going to work for Aaron from Fingtam. Like it's... Every person is different. Every person lives their life differently. Everybody has different things, different days. They use different study methods. And so basically I take all of that, what you're doing, what your day is, and figure out how to work those around to get the most benefit out of what you're doing and get the most time in that language. So. Okay, Kantaro. There we go. Where's the chat? There we go. So, but yeah, I just wanted to stream a little bit today, maybe answer some questions if anybody has anything. I've got a wrestling show that I'm watching at 4 today, and then, some stuff like that. I've been watching some Netflix stuff recently. I started a couple of new series and stuff, and I'm enjoying that. And do you think if someone's comfortable with it, you might upload a video which is one of your consultations, just so we can see what it's like? Would be interesting content. Yeah, I can do that for sure. I might get a couple under my belt first, because I have idea, I know what I'm doing, but it's still just getting kind of a more comfortable approach to it. But yeah, I might, maybe not a full thing, just because I feel like that would be like a really long video, but maybe I can take it and just edit it down to some of the core points in terms of like tips and tricks for that specific person, like what works for them or something. But yeah, I would not be opposed to that. So after this episode of Kantaro, which I've got 8 minutes left to listen to, I might even jump into doing some NativShark here in just a few, just to do something. That would be an interesting thing to watch. Yeah, man, I think it would be cool. So, and the cool thing is it's not like it doesn't limit me in, it's not a Japanese consultation. It's not a Spanish consultation. It's, and it doesn't matter if I don't have to know the link, because it's about time management, right? Like, it's about do this, add this to it, do this, and that's what's cool. So it doesn't limit me. It doesn't matter if you're learning Japanese, and it doesn't matter if you're learning, I don't know, Khmer or something. Like, it doesn't matter. Like, I can help anybody out. Yeah, Aaron, shoot me a message, and we'll like let me know. I've got this week. I should be pretty free in terms of whenever. I have. I know tomorrow I have a consultation, and then I'm not sure about the rest of the week, but with the rate you were going, are you considering doing YouTube consultations, etc., full time? So I actually recently thought about this just because of making money. And it's not. I mean, it's nowhere near enough to make a living on, but probably not. And the reason is because YouTube can die at any second, and my job is really awesome, and I have incredible freedom with my job. My boss, like it's like a job, but it's like no one's like there's not this higher authority that looks down or talks down on you. It's like a bunch of friends working together, and it would be hard for me to leave that because I make a decent living where I'm at. And as long as my time doesn't become like an issue, like I can't imagine leaving my job currently just because of guaranteed income and some stuff like that. So, I mean, it depends on how, like if I got to the point where it was making like a crap ton of money, like maybe, but I don't know. It would be hard for me to leave. Like if I worked in like a retail position where I had to deal with people and I didn't really like it, it would be one thing, but I can't imagine leaving. Thoughts on Matt's recent video? I still haven't watched it yet because it's 45 minutes and I want to focus on when I do. I don't study Japanese, but I assume it's all relative. I haven't watched Matt's newest video. Let me go see what it is. YouTube. Matt versus Japan. 2 days ago, let me make sure that that's the one. How to learn Japanese with Netflix plus Anki. Yeah, I haven't watched that yet, but I assume as Matt, I was on a Skype call with Matt, maybe 2 weeks ago, maybe 3 weeks ago, and that's literally what we did because I was getting into sentence mining and stuff, so. So, you know, it's probably a bunch of... If it's the stuff that he told me during the Skype session that I had with him, then it's probably a really, really good video. And it is. It's all relative. You can use that for whatever it is that you're doing. So I don't think there would be an issue with that. Nice cut, bro. You look sharp. Thanks. Actually, I need to cut my hair. I think I'm going to keep it at the little bit shorter length. So, like, versus this. But I appreciate it. I love long hair, and I really want to keep long hair, but I can't get past that phase anymore where it's right in my eye. Like, it gets to, like, right here, and I just can't deal with it anymore. Like, I used to be able to get past that fine. I love long hair. I just can't do it anymore, man. Like, I don't know if that just comes with getting older or what the deal is, but... Also be thinking about anybody who's watching. So, my birthday this year is on September 7th, and I'm going to do a birthday stream. Not like... You know, but I want to do something cool. I want to do something different, like outside of just a standard Q&A. So if you guys have any ideas of stuff that you would like to see during like kind of like a special type stream or something, you know, let me know and we'll try to do something. Watch the first 2 minutes. Matt explains it. Yeah, I might watch that video. I just this week has been a little bit weird for me, and like that's the other thing. You know, I was talking to one of the consultations I had. The guy was talking about watching all these videos and stuff, and I was like, there's YouTubers I absolutely love. But I don't like. I know that if I don't watch the Japanese content, it's going to be really, really hard for me to get into, right? Like, and so it's like I've missed a lot of content from people. I guarantee you, if I go to my subscriptions right now, let me see, subscriptions. Like, I haven't watched a Steve Kaufman video in months, and it has nothing to do... I love Steve. It's just, I'm so dedicated to what I'm doing right now. I didn't watch the last Lindy video, which I need to. I know Valeria uploaded a video, and I absolutely love what she does. Aaron has a new video here that I haven't watched. Like, I miss so much content now, but it's because I'm so focused. God, Aaron has several videos. Polyglot Files, Michael, he's got a new video. I need to watch that. You know what I mean? Like, I really really need to get back into it. It's just I'm so dedicated to what I'm doing right now. It makes me sad that I miss. This is Brack. You're distracting me from my Greek studying. Go listen to Greek, man. Go get you. I mean, you can watch, but get you some Greek in front of you. My birthday is September 24th. Nice. This is funny. How much comprehensible input are you doing per week / day? Every week I get at least 20 hours. I can tell you because I started tracking July 6th. The first week I had 26 hours. The second week 26 hours and 36 minutes. Second week 23 hours and 47 minutes. Third week 20 hours and 39 minutes. Fourth week 22 hours and 32 minutes. Fifth week 20 hours and 50 minutes. Sixth week 20 hours and 28 minutes. And this week I have done active today. I've already got an hour of I watched a TV show earlier, and then I've done some study on like Anki and stuff like that. But before today, up to Friday today, I've got 16 hours and 22 minutes, and that will be over 20 as well. So I'm getting at least a good 20 hours a week in terms of like active, fully paying attention. So, and because sometimes like I'm listening to this Kantaro here, and sometimes stuff hits and I'm paying attention to it, and sometimes not. As a matter of fact, it just ended. So, let me add that to my tracking spreadsheet. All right. And that guy was probably me. Oh yeah, no, I mean, but that's the thing, man. You have to sacrifice, Will do. Yeah, Ross, if you want to do a consultation, man, let me know. You don't have to do the Patreon. I mean, I understand $20 is a lot to come up off of, and I'm not asking you for that in terms of like a monthly thing. But if you want to do one, just holler at me. And if you want to do, like I said, because I do post stuff on the Patreon, so even if you want to just unlock that feed for $1, you can do that, and then we can do. You don't have to like get set in and do that for sure. Idea for the birthday stream: get a bunch of guests on from channels you love and do some dumb challenges together. Maybe some language related, but not all. Maybe even viewer suggestions. Yeah, I don't know. I'd like to figure something out for sure. I'll figure something. That's a good idea, though. I think the biggest issue with that would be getting everybody on the same schedule. That could be a little bit tough, but... What is a consultation? I started doing time management consultations. I've had so that actually came about. I didn't mention this earlier. That came about because I get messages almost every day of how do you fit the amount of time, like with a job, full-time job, a wife and a kid, how do you fit that much Japanese in? And I was like, I should just start trying to help people. So it's just the time consultation. How much, like I take what you're doing, what kind of methods you have, whatever you do. Because I'm not saying, hey, you have to use Anki or you have to do this. Like I'm taking what you're using and trying to give you tips on doing stuff, but then also how to fit what you're doing, maybe restructuring it in order to get the most time out of it. Like, like for example, for me, Anki, one of the things I found, I used to have this hour block set where I would do Anki and then, I would just hit it then on a schedule. But then I started doing Anki whenever I was just like, you know what? Every time I have a down couple of seconds, I'm going to pop it open and do some flashcards. And what I found is I have a lot of 5 and 10 second breaks throughout the day where I can do a couple. And then I got to that hour and I'd already done the hour of Anki. And so I had a whole nother hour that I could study. Like I literally just gained an hour of Japanese exposure just because of just restructuring how I was doing stuff. And it's just trying to help people get into that. Do you use Google Calendar? No. I'm not sure what that is. I do have a calendar app on my phone that I use when I'm scheduling like my live streams and stuff, but I don't use Google Calendar. At least I don't think I do. Google probably uses it for me. Window capture. Let me see. I'm going to pop open because we might do some. There we go. NativShark. Let's chat. I'm going to leave that open there. Pop this about right there. What do you think about using mnemonics to memorize vocabulary? I actually literally did this the other day. I was learning how to cross a bridge, which is like hashio watarimasu. And the way that I memorized that was, what do you usually cross going over a bridge? And the word for cross is wataru. And so you cross wataru. So I used that mnemonic in order to help me learn. So I definitely use them. I don't use them as much as the average person, I would say, but I definitely use them. And NativShark. I might start doing some flashcards on NativShark while we're sitting here. I can still answer the questions and stuff, but boom, I'm gonna pop this up here. Loop. Shrink this down. La la. I don't know what that even moving is. Let's blow this up a little bit. Boom. All right. What am I looking at? What do you think? Mnemonics. What do you think of the notion of self-imposed limitation for language learning? Example, language come up purposely avoiding explicit grammar study. All right, continued. Ethan, beyond being a challenge, do you think it ends up just hindering your progress? No, I don't think it hinders your progress, and the reason I say that is just because you can look at what language come up has done. Mark has done an incredible job learning Russian, specifically without grammar study, and there's plenty of evidence in the grammar, like the whole idea of grammar study, like, oh, should I do it, should I not do it, and whether or not you should, there's plenty of evidence of people getting to a decent level without grammar study. I don't necessarily think it hinders you. I just think it's up to the individual, to be honest. I know that Japanese Gary Ben didn't do a lot of what a stupid comment. Somebody's trying to promote their own crap on here. Anyway, I think there's a lot of there's a lot of good examples of people doing that. I think it's up to you, because you can naturally absorb the grammar. I personally don't know if I can do that. Like it's like I'm trying to. I'm definitely struggling. But it's just definitely. I don't necessarily think it's a hindrance. I think it's up to the individual, to be honest. Just started this whole MIA for Japanese. You mentioned NativShark. What's it and how does it fit into your learning? Yeah, I'm getting ready. I'll show you NativShark and just, oh crap, you know what? Let me actually mute this window because my subscription ran out this morning. I'm gonna close that window real quick because I have to activate my subscription and I don't want you guys to see my information, obviously. There we go. Custom shadow loops, custom flashcards, advanced stats, shadow loops, kind of quizzes. All right, I'm going to do this. Hold on, guys. I'm just activating my NativShark subscription real quick. Do you ever think back to the language classes you had at school, assuming you had them, and laugh at the fact we learned things so extensively like colors but barely learned useful phrases? How much is it, or where is the bathroom, etc.? Maybe just my experience. Yeah, you know, I think that there is a lot of advantage to those. I think that those classes do catch a bad rap. Not crap. Let me get the code for this because I have my PayPal to where, if, like, in order to access it, you got to have a code that's texted to me. But, you know, I think that there could be an overhaul of it for sure. I mean, I know that people are like, oh, colors are useless and this is useless and that is useless, and I'm not disagreeing with that. But I also think that there is... Oh, shoot, hold on. Yeah. 14. There we go. All right. I can open that back up because we are good now. But yeah, I think that there is something to be said for that, right? There's definitely reasons to learn your colors and stuff. Like, it's something that... Did that unmute? Yeah. There's definitely some stuff that you need there, but I don't know. They definitely need to teach a little bit more active stuff that would be useful. Because the idea of comprehension, right, is if somebody says, if they're talking about a cat, for example, and you know every word in that sentence except for the word black, like, oh, it's a black cat, or, you know, the black cat is walking down the street, or something of that nature, doesn't really change, even if you don't know what that adjective is, whether it's black or tired or whatever, you still get the gist of the sentence. So, I mean, there's definitely places that we could spend a little bit, like, time a little bit more wise when teaching, but let me mute Kantaro here. Let me turn my desktop audio back up, and I can still see the comments. I have my desktop set up to where I can still see the comments. You can still comment, but I'm going to go through some of these flashcards. You can also see how either good or bad I am. And then you can also get an idea for what NativShark is. I have 86 cards to review. I did not study yesterday. So this is, can I get a towel? Something of that nature. Could I get a towel? Yeah.
タオルもらえますか?
タオルもらえますか?
Alright, Doko I don't need because I know what that is. So I have, this is the other thing I've been doing on here. Instead of, this Kampai.
きれい.
Oh, this is Kire. Oh, shoot, why did I think it was Kampai? Yeah, that's, okay, alright. Well, I missed that. I know exactly, I know what that is. I don't know why I did that. But, I'm not going to study crap that I already know. Especially stuff if I, like, really, really know it. Obviously, I did not. I know Kire because it comes up in Tango a lot, so I'm not sure why that happened exactly. So, boom. Nice. All right, cool. So let's keep on going. This is fire. I don't need fire. I know fire. Yeah, 大丈夫です。
いえ、大丈夫です。
いえ、大丈夫です。
Yeah, 大丈夫です。Oh crap, I need to start my timer for my study. Not that. There we go. Clockify. What that's for. I have 25 minutes on Clockify. Hopefully I counted that into whatever I was doing. Alright. 大丈夫. No effort. That is day. I don't need day. Middle heart. What is that? Oh, think. That's a mo. That looks different. I'm used to a mo looking like mo. I guess it does look like. What does it look like on G-Show? Is that what a mo usually looks like? I'm used to it being like more square. Oh, mo. Yeah, I'm used to it looking more like that. I guess I just need to get used to the different way kanji can look. See how the shapes are at the bottom? Like this is, I don't know. Okay, I know what that is, but I'm gonna keep this just because I'll put that I forgot it, but yeah, nah, good, right? Yeah, this yo, know that. That's bright. I still struggle with this one a little bit from time to time, so we're gonna keep that. Yeah, and let me know if anybody in the, anybody watching has any questions. Let me know, and I will, we will go. But I'm gonna do a little bit of studying. Are you using an app to track your study time? I started using Toggle, and it seems to work okay. I use Google Spreadsheets. Let me get through a couple of these, and I'll show you the spreadsheet that I have. Hi, onegaishimasu. Don't need that. That is to enter. I don't need that. I guess I should check those just to make sure that's good. Okay, yeah, good. I know that one pretty well. That is, what the heck is that? Oh, that's red. Yeah, I'm actually gonna keep that one because I just did it. Let's see. Akai desu.
赤いです。
赤いです。
Akai desu. That is heart. I don't need that. I know that one. Cause see how it's written there. I just need to get used to how it's used in the thing there. Kado tsukaimasu ka? Tsukai? Tsuku. What is to use? Tsukaimasu ka? Tsukaimasu ka? Yeah. I'm gonna keep that one because
カード使えますか？
カード使いますか？
Kado tsukaimasu ka? 今どこ?
今どこ？
Where are you now? I guess okay. I know that, but I'll keep. All right, let me pause this, my timer real quick, and I'll give you a small little. I'm gonna do a whole video on this because I have changed a little bit, but so the way that I count or do my stuff is in this spreadsheet right here, and that is just by this. I have these formulas set up equals sum. You can set up formulas, which I'll go more in depth on a video. And I do that. Now, in terms of why is there two? There should only be one person on. Oh, because I have it open in another window. The only other thing, YouTube.com. Well, I don't need to do the YouTube.com. Basically, I watch YouTube videos, and when I do YouTube videos, you can track on your phone. I haven't watched any today, but just to show you, if you go to this top little tab right here where your icon is. Minasan konnichiwa. All right. And you can scroll down to when you click your button there, there's a thing that says time watched right here. Boom. And it tells you the exact amount of time that you've watched. I've watched 6 hours and 14 minutes of YouTube in the last. This is just on my Japanese account, by the way. So, which I'll watch some stuff today as well. So that's how I track YouTube. So I don't have to actively calculate it. Anki has a thing built in where's Anki at? Boom. Up here at the top, you click on statistics. Boop. Sorry, it's a little backwards, I'm a little weird. And you can click on collection there at the top, and it tells you, which I haven't done any Anki. I thought I'd done some Anki today. Oh, you know, it was last night before I went to bed. My Anki resets at 4. I have it to where it can go a little bit after midnight in case I don't make the exact, study or whatever. But anyway, it tells you the exact time. So when you do stuff there, it'll actually tell you how much time. So you don't have to worry about tracking that. If I watch a Netflix show, I look at how long it is, and then I just write it down in a notepad on my phone, right? No big deal. And then if I'm doing anything else that is a little bit weird that doesn't have a self-timer, I use this app right here called Clockify. And like I've done 2 minutes and 50 seconds of Japanese on NativShark just now. And just at the bottom, you just click plus and it'll just start the timer. Hopefully that helps. How concerned are you about output and feeling ready? I've seen a lot of MIA progress videos, sometimes up to 2.5 or 3 years of study, and they still don't output. Yeah, no, I'm going to start outputting sooner than later. I said that probably at about the 6-month mark, I would start actively trying to, because that is a goal of mine, is to output. So I will start outputting sooner than later. What's up, John? What is up? Welcome to the stream. Just kind of hanging out, doing a little bit of NativShark and answering some questions and stuff. And I mentioned earlier about the consultations, the time. If you have any issues needing, trying to figure out how to fit your study schedule in, get a little bit more time in. As someone who has a full-time job, a wife and a kid, and still fit 40 hours, including over 20 hours of active Japanese study a week. But even just places where you can get, some stuff in terms of passive or whatever, let me know and I can help you out. And then, of course, as always, thanks to the Patreon supporters of this, of my live streams and all my Patreon supporters. But you can check out the links to these guys in the description below. Language come up, Lingoholics Podcast, the Japan Code. They all have YouTube channels down there. And the other 3 didn't really. Kadijah gave me an Instagram account, but they didn't really have anything. They just wanted to support the channel. So Go check that out as well. Will we ever see a video with you and Steve Kaufman? I would love to interview Steve. My issue with interviewing Steve... Hold on. Go de yoshi desu ka? What the heck? Would you like to pay in full?
ご一括でよろしいですか？
The only issue that I have with that is everybody asks Steve...
ご一括でよろしいですか？
Go ikatsu de yoroi... Alright. Go, alright, go. Itsuka de yoroshi desu ka? Okay.
ご一括でよろしいですか？
ご一括でよろしいですか？
Goikatsu de yoroshi desu ka? Okay, I don't know what that is. But the only problem I have is everybody asks Steve the same questions. So unless I can ask Steve something different, I don't want to ask him the same question that he's been asked 100 times. That's tree. Sign します。
サインします。
サインします。
Sign します。I hit no effort. I probably should have put difficult because I did struggle. That's now. I know that one. But yeah, unless I can ask Steve something different, I just don't want to, do? How? Yeah.
どう？
どう？
I'm gonna keep that just because sometimes, like, Dole sometimes gets out of my mind for some reason. Didn't know about the YouTube tracker. Toggle looks similar to your app since I just hit start and stop for different categories and they send me an email with my totals once a week. That's pretty cool. I might check Toggle out. よかったね. That was good. That was cool.
よかったね。
よかったね。
Yeah. It was good, wasn't it? I said, well, that was cool. Yeah, because the ne adds like the eh. 歯ブラシもらえますか? Can I get a toothbrush?
歯ブラシもらえますか？
歯ブラシもらえますか？
I'm gonna keep that just for the kanji practice there. Kirei.
きれい。
きれい。
Kirei. That is to think. Now this is not so every day when you start NativShark, it makes you go through these reviews before you can get through this stuff. So this is not all NativShark is. This is just me getting through the reviews. Hopefully Link will let some of you dedicated Link users try. Yeah, I'm still talking to Eric about that. I ask Eric usually once a week about doing that, and it's still a little far out. I think the quarantine maybe pushed some stuff back a little bit. Ashita yaru. What is it? Tomorrow night?
明日やる。
Oh,
明
yaru.
日やる。
Sorry. What was I thinking of? I was thinking of is it yoru? Yeah, I think I was thinking of yoru. Yaru is to do. Yeah, I got that confused for a second. But I still know that. But you know what? I forgot it, so we're gonna be honest here. What in the world is that? That is like logic.
無理。
無理。
Muri. Okay, no idea. But yeah, hopefully I'll get to do the beta. I'm really anxious to see because some of the stuff he's told me about, especially the single screen, you can edit stuff from the phone. Like you can just boom, click on it and edit it to where the parser will be lined up a little bit better. And man, I think that would be really, really cool. Moody. Okay, cool. Moody is impossible. No way. All right. Moody. That is... What the heck is... I don't know what that is. Passable. Okay, can. Mouth and neighborhood. Bum, bum, bum. So, can. Alright. Koma. Biru 一つと、彼、いつください. I don't think it's itsu. I think it's hitotsu. Is it hitotsu? Yeah, hitotsu. That's what I thought. Nama. Okay, I was. It's nama, not kama. Nama.
生ビール2つとこれ1つください。
Yeah.
生ビール2つとこれ1つください。
All right, cool. So we will. I forgot it. Screw it. Onegaishimasu. That is. I always struggle with that freaking kanji. Kaiki.
お会計お願いします。
Kaike.
お会計お願いします。
So that's like meaning plot. All 会計。
お会計お願いします。
お会計お願いします。
Child. What is that? Okay. I used Link and liked it for brushing up on my Russian. Not sure how useful it is for raw beginner though. I think it can be really, really useful. I think it seems more intimidating for a beginner, just because of the way that people like. I mean, just diving in is just. I mean, this is the way to go. And I've thought about post-Japanese, like if I'm maybe in like a weird settle down period, literally, because I get that question all the time, and I do genuinely think that Link can be useful for that kind of thing, right? Like it can be useful for the idea of
汚いね。
汚いね。
I think it could be really, really, really useful for that kind of thing as neighborhood. And I think that I think you can do it from the beginning. It just takes a little bit of time to get into. Like it's slow moving at the start, but I think you could do it. Seabolt is the goat. I don't know about that. What was this? Mori desu?
無理です。
無理です。
I can't do that. I'm confusing this one with this is either like darkness or I almost want to say dance. No, okay, nothingness. Darkness, nothingness. I guess it's not technically the same thing, but there's a woman. I know that one really well. Link would be intimidating for a first second language, but fine. Oh yeah. Like I could see that. Like Itu when. I could see that being the case. Like if you had never tried to learn a language before, I could definitely see Link being incredibly difficult. Do you have any HelloTalk friends or italki partners? No. I can never get anybody to answer on HelloTalk. And then everybody recommended Tandem, and so I downloaded Tandem, and I messaged a bunch of people, and no one is answering on there either. So I guess it's just not meant for me to chat with people, I guess. I don't know. Return mouth. Ha, doko desu ka? What is this? Oh, okay. Literally, it's how it's read. Deguchi. Okay.
出口はどこですか？
出口はどこですか？
Deguchi. Exit. Leave. Why is leave mouth? I wonder why that's exit. Interesting. So that ended is pronounced exactly because I saw those kanji and I thought that I wasn't sure if that was that. So all right, deguchi. We're gonna put. I forgot. Kono mare onegai shimasu. Kono. I don't know what that is. Oh, it's address.
この住所までお願いします。
この住所までお願いします。
住所。
この住所までお願いします。
住所。I've missed a lot today. Go. Deru desu ka? I don't know what ipai. Oh, that's the same one. See.
ご一括でよろしいですか？
Ikatsu.
ご一括でよろしいですか？
One sum. Would you like to pay in full? Go ikatsu. Still don't know that. Ashita yaru. Do it tomorrow.
明日やる。
明日やる。
無理。
無理。
No way. Yeah, if anybody has any recommendations for anything other than whatever, like it's like other than Tandem or HelloTalk, because I freaking struggle with that. Mouth Village. Can? Passable, yeah, can. Cool. 生ビール2つとカレー1つください。
生ビール2つとこれ1つください。
生ビール2つとこれ1つください。
What did you say? I saw something about Link. What did you say? I don't know. It won't tell me. Even if it's something negative about Link, you can say it. I'm not. Would be cool to see you share the Discord screen on here and go through some of the Q&A section. Whoa, that's actually a really good idea. It's a really Triataki language exchange. Yeah, I mean I could. I don't know. No, I might do that at some point. Okay. Kaike onegaishimasu.
お会計お願いします。
お会計お願いします。
Kaike onegaishimasu. I don't know. There's a really good group on Facebook called Let's Exchange Languages. There's like 12,000 members. I'm sure you could find a Japanese language partner on there. Yeah, I wouldn't mind to do that. I might try it out. What?
しあさってやる。
Shiasate.
しあさってやる。
Oh, that's one of those like, yeah. Shiasate yaru. In 3 days' time. I wonder how often that kind of stuff is used in Japanese. Shiasate. Mosugu yaru. Oh, this is probably like 2 days ago or... Okay, this is soon, actually.
もうすぐやる。
もうすぐやる。
I was way off. Mosugu. This is complete. I don't need that. Dosuru. How to do it? Oh, what should I do?
どうする？
どうする？
Yeah, how should we do it? But there's nothing like the phrase. Instead, the meaning, what should we do? Yeah. Dosuru. Itsu yaru. When to do.
いつやる？
いつやる？
Perhaps this is high, like enter mouth. Hi, doko desu. This is probably where's the entrance, and I wonder if it's Haiguchi. Nope, of course it's not. Oh, it's iri. Okay, I can see that because
入り口はどこですか？
is another option of there. I thought something important was happening on my phone, and Bleacher Report sent me NFL quarterback rapper comparisons. Very important stuff there.
入り口はどこですか？
Iriguchi dogo desu ka? Alright. Iriguchi entrance. Where is the entrance? Alright. Kyou yaru. Do it today.
今日やる。
今日やる。
Kyou yaru. What is the word for bright? Kiwi? Oh. Yeah.
明るい。
Akarui.
明るい。
I missed it, but I know that. Domo.
どうも。
どう思う？
Yeah, what do you think? I don't know. 2 days probably. The day after tomorrow. Yeah.
あさってやる。
So what was it? Ashisate something, and then asate.
あさってやる。
Asate yaru. That is way too many. I don't know. Mabushi. It's bright.
眩しい。
眩しい。
All right. You guys are seeing how bad I don't remember some of this crap. Tatsukete.
助けて。
助けて。
Tatsukete. Meh. Nothingness. Deguchi wa doko desu ka? Where's the...
出口はどこですか？
出口はどこですか？
I just friended you on Facebook. I could send you the link. Oh, okay, cool. I'll grab that in just a minute. This is NativShark. And I'm trying to get through some of these reviews, like, just to show you, because this is just the flashcard portion. There's actually like a whole learning. I didn't do this yesterday, which was really, really stupid on my part, but I definitely probably should have. Yeah, NativShark, which is really, really, I really, really enjoy it, to be honest with you. It's definitely been something that I feel that has helped me. Kono, oh man, I don't remember what this one was. Kono made onegaishimasu. Kono, I don't remember.
この住所までお願いします。
Jusho. Kono I don't remember this one either.
ご一括でよろしいですか？
Ikatsu.
ご一括でよろしいですか？
Ikatsu. Yeah, this was that one. What was it?
しあさってやる。
Oh, shiasate. So it's asate if the like the double indicator isn't there, and then shiasate. I don't know if that's what that's actually called, but are you interested in any Native American languages? Yeah, if I could find something that had audio. Absolutely. Like I've looked into like Navajo and stuff, like, but the last time I checked, which I haven't used Duolingo since April, actually since May. I started this in April, so I haven't used it since March. But yeah, I definitely wouldn't. There was no audio in the course. Shiasate, asate, shiasate. Mosugo yaru. I'll do it soon.
もうすぐやる。
Dosuru. What to do? That's the what should we do? Yeah.
どうする
Even though it's how. I feel like there are Anki decks for this too. Yeah, there's a Nihongo Shark deck. Iriguchi wa doko desu ka? Where's the entrance?
入り口はどこですか？
入り口はどこですか
Kirin wa yubi ga nagai desu. What? I don't think that's right. Kubi. Okay.
キリンは首が長いで
Yubi
す。
is finger. Kubi is neck. Yeah. I forgot it, but I know that. Oshibori moraimasu ka? Oshibori, that is like the wet cloths. Yeah, wet hand towel.
おしぼり
お
もらえますか
しぼりもらえますか
I played it at the same time. That was my fault. Oh, moraimasu ka? Maybe it'd be interesting to try to find info on the language that was spoken in your area, even if it's just a few words. I don't think there's not really any Native American. I know a woman who actually grew up as an Indian, and she what is it? Choctaw maybe. I need to message her. I actually would like to learn more about Native American stuff, for sure. That's for sure. I don't remember what this word is. Oh, hashi. That's freaking chopsticks.
お箸もらえますか
Idiot. Gotta learn how to read the kanji. This is Band-Aid. See, and that's where I'm getting to also with Japanese. I'm getting to a point to where I recognize the blocks of characters. I struggle to remember the word, which is cool about Japanese, because if I read and I saw this word, even if I didn't know exactly in Japanese, I still know what it meant. I'm pretty sure it's Band-Aid. I don't remember, man. Bansoko.
絆創膏もらえますか
絆創膏もらえますか
Bansoko. 飲んでください. I don't. 警察. Oh, call
警察呼んでください。
警察.
警察呼んでください。
警察. Yeah, that's right. Ba-ba-ba-bum. 呼んでください. Oh, 救急車呼んでください.
救急車呼んでください。
救急車呼んでください。
Choctaw is quite widely spoken in Oklahoma. No idea. No. I'm in Virginia. Nihon e yokoso. Welcome to Japan.
日本へようこそ
日本へようこそ。
Hello, Owanya. Welcome to the stream. Trying to get through some of this so I can get actually into my NativShark stuff. I've been doing these flashcards for... That was my fault, though, for leaving them over 20 minutes now. Good lord. We're getting there, though. This is... I know what this is. This is like some sort of like, I believe, pain. Oh, this is... Oitaire? Tsuka, okay.
お疲れ。
Cheers.
お疲れ。
Alright. Definitely misread that kanji. Okay. それは鉛筆です。
いいえそれは鉛筆です
いいえ、それは鉛筆です。
もらえますか? What the heck is that? I don't know, man. I really don't. Makura. Pillow.
枕もらえますか
Makura. 誰し呼んで、誰し、 taxi yande moraimasu ka? Can I call taxi? Could you call me a taxi?
タクシー呼んでもらえますか？
Yeah, we'll remember that. I'm gonna put that one. Te something te. Tetsudaite. Could you possibly help me? Yeah.
手伝ってもらえますか？
Tetsudaite.
手伝ってもらえますか？
Tetsudaite moraimasu ka? Akarui.
明るい。
明るい。
Asate yaru.
あさってやる。
あさってやる。
Remembered. Mabushi.
眩しい。
眩しい。
Boom. I'm halfway through RTK 1 deck and the Tango in 5 deck before realizing people don't recommend it. What would you do in my case? I did. Why do people not recommend the Tango deck? That's what I did. I got through about halfway through RTK and then I started Tango and it helped me tremendously. It's up to the individual person, but I mean, unless somebody has like a legit reason, it helped me a lot because it helped me remember a lot of kanji that I otherwise was really struggling with. Kono mare, why can I not remember this freaking kanji? Okay. Place. This is place. And this is, let me look this up. I think this is like, this is close to, it might be actually the character, whoops, wrong tab there. That might actually be the character for, like, to live or reside. Jisho. It's like Sunde. Ju. Okay, no, it's actually Ju. Okay. But it is dwell or reside. Okay, I knew that so I need to, if I can just get that, which is pronounced Ju, so Jusho. People actually ran Nuke Marine and MI at least. Yeah, there's no, I definitely, Tango has helped me tremendously. There's a lot of stuff that I find useless for me specifically because I'm not going to Japan. So like the whole lesson series on like Shinkansen and stuff, like bullet trains and like other things like that, and like what is the other one? Kyuko or something like that, which is like cause there's like 40 types of trains there. Like that was kind of useless, but like, dude, stop spamming your bullcrap channel on my channel, dude. Jesus Christ, chill out. But yeah, like, it's actually, I'm gonna see if I can, I know I hid that just now, but let me see if I can just block that person from my, and there we go. Cool. But yeah, like it's a bridge, real sentence mining. Yeah, no, I think it's absolutely, I think Tango is great. And there's a lot of stuff that I find, but it's something that I'll probably hear in my immersion. So, yeah, I feel it has helped me, but I just see a lot of people recommending not to do it at the same time. No, yeah, I did it and it helped me. It helped me remember kanji a lot because I would see the kanji, but then, like, sorry, I had the hiccups there for a second. Okay, hold on. But it helped me like with pronouncing them and stuff like that. Go itsuka de yo oroshi desu ka? Is this all in the same bill? Is this all the same? Yeah, would you
ご
like
一括でよろしいですか？
ご一括でよろしいですか？
at the same time? I think halfway through RTK is a good time to start Tango in 5. Yeah, I think you should do it. I mean, that's my personal しあさってやる。
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 Finally remembered that. キリンは首が長いです。Stress leveling next. Just keep in mind there are many ways to skin a cat. Don't get too hung up on following the exact path that worked for someone else. 100%. Yeah.
キリンは首が長いです。
キリンは首が長いです。
Because it's all about making stuff work for yourself. Like you could like I'm doing MIA. NativShark is probably not recommended by MIA, but I do spend a little bit of time. I still have the core principles of MIA that I'm following. There's a couple of other things that I do. So that, and just as an example. So yeah, absolutely. Like don't 100% follow, like do, take the core concepts that clearly work, but try to make it your own. I felt ready after a few hundred and near the end of RTK. I was so impatient. Yeah. RTK was brutal. It was fun, but it was brutal. お箸もらえますか?
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 Yeah, man. This community, like, you never, like, that's the thing. MIA gets a bad rap, but for the most part, people really, really like to help people, and most people following anything are good. Like, right? There's, like, I know that some people be like, oh, this is a terrible idea, but do what makes you happy. And most of the people, everybody that watches my channel anyway, there's never really been a super negative, except for this channel that I'm not even going to say the name of that continuously tries to promote their crap in here. But other than that, like, everybody's generally pretty good. 絆創膏もらえますか?
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 Finally. 警察呼んでください. Call the police.
警察呼んでください。
警察呼んでください。
We're close to finishing this, and then you guys can actually see what then you can actually see what NativShark is. Oh, I don't know. It's like Cheers. Hold on. Actually, this is a good thing. Let me see. Lesson summary. Yeah. So you can actually, you can click on this like during your flashcards, because it actually tells you right here, you wouldn't use tsukaeru at the same time. Like, it'll give you an example for like when and why you should use it. You wouldn't use tsukaeru just any time though, because tsukai comes from the verb. Yeah, so this is an easier way to kind of help. This comes from the verb tsukareru, which is to get tired. So you would say this after someone has done something tiring. Like if somebody would take like a test or something like that, you would say otsukai, whatever. Okay. All right. So let's go back into the flashcards there. Almost through reviewing those. I'm not sure how it gets a bad rep when I feel it actually works. I was talking to Matt about this he just went out of town for, when was it? Thursday? And he was talking, like, and that's what I was talking to him about, was just like, like, more and more people are coming around to it, because it's one of the only methods out there that's not promising you fluency quickly. And I think people are starting to realize that that kind of garbage is exactly that. It's absolute garbage. Let's drink. And so that's, whatever. When the heck did you learn the kanji for Band-Aid? Oh, it was in NativShark. Like, there was like a whole section on like asking for help and stuff like that. And that was one, like, let's say you get cut, like, and so like, oh, bansoko moraimasu ka? Like, oh, I need a freaking Band-Aid. Could you get me a Band-Aid, please? Like, that's probably more so for if you're going. Tabemasu ka? Eat.
食べますか?
I don't need tabemasu ka. But yeah, so otsukare. So yeah, there's that was back. Otsukare.
お疲れ。
Cheers.
お疲れ.
Almost done, guys, and then we can really get into it. This is like money and silver, I believe, or like gold and silver. It's okay, silver. So okay. I thought I'm gonna say I forgot, but I kind of know. What is that? Big? I don't need big. この住所までお願いします。
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 Please take me to this address. Yeah. And this is one of the things too. Talking about, somebody asked earlier about grammar. So I've kind of picked up, because made is used when you're talking about going to and from, like, right? Like if you're going from Tokyo to Osaka, Tokyo kara Osaka made. So like, kono jusho, address, this address, kind of up to the point of this address, please do for me or whatever. So it's like take me to, like, so you would use made, like, because it's like, oh, I need to get up to this point. Actually pretty impressed with NativShark. First time I've ever seen it. Dude, it's really, really good. I really, really, really like it, to be honest. File save. I'm actually going to capture NativShark. Okay. What is happening? There we go. Sorry, my computer like freaked out for a second there. All right. But yeah, it's like, is this paid or free? So you get if you go there, you get 7 days free. Don't have to put any payment information or anything like that. There is a subscription. There's a $22, a $14, and a $7. You can do all of this for $7. Once you get up to the $14 and $22, there's a little bit like additional statistics, which if you don't care about, not really a big deal. The $22 one has like actual voicing visualizers. Like I can go ahead and show you this. All right, let me all right, let me finish this and then I'll show you, because there's some really, really cool stuff on this. Like, especially if you're into pitch and stuff. I actually was going to do the $20 one. I ended up doing the $14 one because I'm still pretty early on, and I'm gonna do the voice visualizer like at some point, just not right now. But yeah, it's but for $7 you can do all the lessons. You just don't get like the voice visualizer, the shadowing loops and crap like that. But if you don't care about that anyway, $7 is an absolute steal for what this program is. So yeah. Oh wait, what did I just hit? I don't know. We'll find out. So, what is that? Lack. 手伝ってもらえますか?
手伝ってもらえますか?
Yeah. Sorry if it's been asked, how much do you actually integrate this into your studies, and what do you do about things you already know? Yeah, so I do this. Well, I didn't do it yesterday, but I do this. I have done this pretty much every day since I started doing it, like, which was about 7 days ago. This is help. Can you help me? And this is to go. Actually, that would have been a good example to show you, but I do this every day, and it doesn't usually take long. The reason I have so many flashcards today is because I didn't really do them. I didn't do it yesterday, which was really stupid on my part. I just got tied up with some stuff. I did my other immersion. I just didn't get to do this. So there's normally not this many flashcards. I do it. It usually takes about 30 minutes or 45 minutes to get through, because it has a lock. Like, once you complete 4 lessons, it will freeze it. That way you can't go further. And it's to make you concentrate on what you're doing, but also so your flashcards don't stack up and you have 90, like an idiot like me. And, Nani nomu?
何飲む?
Okay.
何飲む?
I know what this is, but the kanji kind of struck me as odd for a minute. Amari suki janai. I don't really like it.
あまり好きじゃない。
あまり好きじゃない。
So for example, and to give you an example, what do you do about things you already know? So this already came up, right? But I already know amari, and I know suki janai. I know this whole complex thing, whatever. So I go down here and I click archive, and now it just won't show it to me. So that way I don't, do anything. Tangeman. How's it going, mate? It is going really good. So suki,
好き。
I don't need. Boom, archived. Nanka taberu. Something to eat?
なんか食べる?
Boom. Nanka. Alright. Tabimasu. I don't even have to answer that. Whatever. Archive. This is autumn. I do keep some of the kanji, even if it's stuff that I recognize. Like, I recognize that kanji, but, like, it's still a little weird to me. So I am going to keep that one. Skijinai. Hypothetical tiger. Hello. Welcome.
好きじゃない。
好きじゃない。
I don't really like it. That one's a little weird to me. This, I believe, is early. It's morning. Okay, so I actually was wrong on that one. This looks like money. It is gold. Kind of close, not the same thing, so we're gonna keep that. Moraimasu ka? Why do I struggle with this? It's pillow. I know the kanji. What is the word for pillow? Magura. Boom.
枕もらえますか?
枕もらえますか?
Makura. Close. Tabaru. Don't need. Ski. Don't need. Nanika tabaru. Don't need. Something to eat. Sorenan. I don't really need this one, honestly. What is that? Yeah, we're gonna close it out. We know that one. Nanimo suki janai. And I believe, I'm gonna keep this one. I believe this is like, don't like anything, something, yeah.
何も好きじゃない。
何も好きじゃない。
gonna say no effort. This is silver. Oh, that's eat. I'm gonna keep that because obviously I struggled for a second. Silver, remembered. Oishi. Oishi. I don't need. Suriwa nani? What is that? Don't need. All right, guys, we're almost done, and then you can see the kind of the meat and potatoes of this, so to speak. Morning, remembered, gold. Oh, I should have paid attention to the gold picture in the back. Last but not least, makura moraemasu ka?
枕もらえますか?
Reviews are complete. All right, so let me take just a short break because that took way freaking longer than I wanted it to. Let me take a short break and chat with you guys a little bit, and then I will get into it and show you guys kind of what is going on. So, oh god. Also, thanks to all the new subscribers. I don't know what's happening to my channel, but I really appreciate everybody for everything they're doing. All the new people, all the people that have been here forever. I just really appreciate everybody continuing to support me and what I do. It makes me feel really, really good. And hopefully you guys are getting some, some good stuff out of the videos and stuff like that. So they are working on making it cleaner, but flashcards that don't have highlighted target word are lesson cards and more for exposure. Gotcha. Yeah, it's I think it makes sense. I think it's good for it to be in. This is I think it's only been out for like a week or two. Like this new thing that they've got. It's a very, very solid program. I really, really like it. Okay, so let's do. I don't want I'm just gonna leave my phone there because it's bothering me. All right, so if you guys want to see how this works, let me see what is going on. Seabolt speed. I don't need that. Why is this even there? Let's chat now live. Okay. So real quick before we jump into it, like I said, as always, I want to thank the Patreon supporters that I have. And definitely the ones that sponsor these live streams. So thank you to Language Come Up, Lingoholics Podcast, Alexander, the Japan Code, Michael Y, and Kadijah. Links to all of their stuff. Who people who wanted their links, shared. I have that down below, so you guys can go check out those channels and whatnot. So you can check out that. And if you guys have any interest in Patreon, you can jump on over there at patreon.com/SeaboltSpeaks. I just added a new perk for time management consultations and motivations and stuff. So, and if you don't want to do a Patreon of that, you can just send me a message or let me know in chat right here, and we can set up a time to get together and try to figure out the best and most effective way to get your languages where they need to be. So, as a man with a full-time job and a wife and a child and still managing to fit 40 hours of Japanese in, I feel like maybe there's some people that I can help out if you need any help with that. So just let me know. All right, we are going to continue on with NativShark. All right, so this is how the lessons work. I really appreciate your channel because you are showing the same journey that I am going through. Sometimes it's frustrating watching the experts since I'm so far. Yeah, and that's the exact conversation I had with Matt. I told Matt, I was like, I feel weird because it's like I'm becoming the MIA guy. Like, he's the MIA guy, but I'm becoming the MIA guy. And he was like, well, he said, you're the guy that, like, technically, if you're doing MIA, you shouldn't be uploading YouTube videos, right? You should be studying. You should be doing what it is. But you're the guy that's showing that, and people want to watch the journey. So that's, whatever, man. That's the niche that I created. And the cool thing is going forward, even after I get past, or once I get past Japanese or whatever it is, I'll never stop Japanese. It's going to continue. But if I start learning another language, it's going to be with mass immersion. So then you can kind of watch that process again in another language and stuff like, especially a language from scratch, because Japanese off and on for a while, but so I think it'd be really, really interesting. And strangely, I actually got a message on Twitter, on Instagram the other day from somebody that had literally said that they had found out about mass immersion through me, and then that took them to Matt. I sent that to Matt, and I was like, I don't understand this. Like, how does somebody find out about mass immersion through me? and then find you. That doesn't even make sense, but, you know, it is what we do. We need to see how to do it. Matt doesn't really show it. I think he does a fair enough job. I think it's hard for people who have already learned to really think. Because, like me, I show you guys because this is what I'm going through. I think even once I get into the future of, it's going to be hard for me to think about what I had to do because I just know it now, right? There's people that I talk to who are just starting Japanese. I have a friend that's starting Japanese, and he'll send me stuff, and it's like it's simple to me now, some of the stuff, but it's it's hard for me to put in perspective what he's going through because when he'll send me hiragana or katakana or something, and I know there's no, like, it's hard for me to put in perspective. I don't remember what it's like I can't look at Japanese now, especially like hiragana or something, and not know what it says, like in terms of being able to at least read the characters. And it's really hard for me to put in perspective what he's going through, you know? When do you plan to stop using SRS? And should you ever stop using SRS? Because I feel like it's really boring when it's over 20,000 words. I mean, I think once you're at 20,000 words, and a lot of those cards should be at intervals to where if you're not hearing them in your stuff that you're immersing in and seeing on a regular basis, maybe it'll be a long time before I stop. That's for sure. Like, it'll be a long, long time. What people say when you enter shops. All right, so let's go through this lesson. Irashaimase. Is something you'll end up hearing a lot from employees welcoming you whenever you visit a shop or restaurant in Japan. In a more casual setting, it can turn into irashai. Yeah, we're still at very basic Japanese right now. But it's cool because it's a refresher, and I'm anxious. That is one thing about NativShark. You can't jump ahead. They want you to go in the structured manner because it builds off of each other. Most of us don't have jobs at shops and restaurants in Japan. If we did, though, this is what we'd want to say every time a new customer entered.
いらっしゃいませ。
いらっしゃいませ。
If you're like me and you have the unjustifiable urge to understand everything being said to you in Japanese, even if it's not particularly useful or necessary, then you'll probably want to memorize that phrase. One more time.
いらっしゃいませ。
いらっしゃいませ。
There is also a more casual version in which mase gets dropped off.
いらっしゃい。
いらっしゃい。
Yeah. You don't have to respond when people say this, but I know I sometimes feel weird when I don't. That's why I usually opt for giving the person saying it's a slight head nod type of bow and smile. Nerd Candy, are you not satisfied with just seeing random string of Japanese characters and being told it's a word? Do you want to know the roots of the words and phrases that you encounter? If so, perhaps you'll be interested to know that irashaimase comes from the word irashairu, which is an honorific form of the verb iru, which means to be or to exist. There we go. Good afternoon, Seabolt. Good afternoon, Jacob. Welcome to the stream.
いらっしゃいませ。
いらっしゃいませ。
Irashaimase. Now you know what everyone is yelling when you enter shops and restaurants in Japan. All right, so complete that lesson. Now that's not the end of that lesson. It's just the end of that little phrase. Now you'll get into kanji. This is watashi. I don't really need that. Yeah, we're gonna dump that one. That being said, a community member who is pretty far into their studies said that by Unit 50 that covered about 2 years worth of her Japanese studies at university. Jesus Christ. I'll have to see what I'm close to that, I think. Maybe not. Maybe I'm in like the 20s. Just join the stream. How would you rate NativShark? I really enjoy really enjoy NativShark. Like I legitimately think that if you use this as a supplement, I think that I really think that this can help you a ton. I think that this can be a very, very useful tool. What is that? Blade, sword, or knife? Man, it's kind of the same. This is like first. It's very, very useful. Obviously, and I'm getting through these lessons a little bit quicker because a lot of this stuff, this is day of the week. I'm getting through a lot of this stuff because this is all stuff that I know, but it's building towards, and it's reinforcement if nothing else, right? So I think that if you were to use now, I have it set up. You can set it up for different like time sessions. I have it set up to finish the Unit 1 by September 20. I don't remember what it is. Basically, in order to finish NativShark in a year, it's something that you can definitely do. It's something that you can. To me, as of right now, it's something that you can do feasible. And I also, one of the things that I appreciate about NativShark is that you can you can make your own progress and you can continue to go through, but it also doesn't allow you to fully advance past the point of being comfortable, and that's why it kind of stalls you. So if you set it to finish it in a year, you can't advance past that. You can't do more than 4 lessons. Like after the 4, and that's so your flashcards don't get stacked up and stuff like that. So it can be a little brutal in the beginning. Like if you're an advanced Japanese learner, I think it would take a long time for you to get into this because you would have to just burn through a bunch of stuff that you already know. But man, especially for beginners, man, I think that this is, you pair this on top of like your immersion and stuff. Like if you add this to doing mass immersion, man, I think it would be absolutely huge. Looks great from just watching 60 seconds of it. It's very, very well done. Very well done. Seems like this plus immersion is a pretty good strategy. Oh, absolutely. Yeah, for sure. Well, see, this teaches kanji too. I mean, I do like that I went through RTK though, but you know. 今日は月曜日です。
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 No effort. 明日は金曜日です。火曜日。
明日は火曜日です。
火曜日。
明日は火曜日です。
We'll put it as difficult for whatever reason I missed that. Big Plus is trying not to do death by flashcards that many of us have experienced with Anki. 100%. Absolutely. Glad to hear that. I don't know what I said, but I'm glad that you're glad to hear that. Wait, what did I... Oh, I clicked.
あさっては水曜日です。
Sorry, I clicked.
あさっては水曜日です。
水曜日 is Wednesday. しあさっては Oh, here it is. しあさっては金曜日です。
しあさっては木曜日です。
What is my issue with days of the week right now? Okay, let's settle down here. Mokoyobi, Thursday. Oh, okay, that's Kinyobi. Okay, if this isn't Kinyobi, I'm punching myself in the face.
金曜日何する？
Yeah.
金曜日何する？
Friday. Gold day, Friday. Okay. All right, let's check. 土曜日どうする? What are you doing Saturday?
土曜日どうする？
土曜日どうする？
No effort. 日曜日に行く? Going on Monday. Where are you going on Monday? Perhaps I'll go. I mean Sunday.
日曜日に行く。
日曜日に行く。
I'm struggling with days of the week right now. 明日は火曜日です。
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 しあさっては木曜日です。
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 Yeah, boom. Last but not least, 日曜日に行く Sunday.
日曜日に行く。
日曜日に行く。
I have no idea what just happened. Your current thoughts on NativShark? Oh, okay. I agree that if you continue with immersion, then you'll likely see a lot of progress quite quickly. Absolutely. And like I said, like the thing I like about their plans are, it depends on what you want to do. I honestly think if you did the $7 a month plan, I mean, it's the same. Like I'm probably not. I paid the 14 because I wanted the advanced statistics because I like statistics about stuff. But I think that, man, it's definitely something that is. I don't know. It's definitely something that can help, especially since we teach natural Japanese. It makes immersion easier than something like Genki. Well, yeah, and because you're hearing it, right?
これ誰の歯ブラシ？
それ拓也の。
これ誰の歯ブラシ？それ拓也の。What is 拓也の? Oh, Taki. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Oh, that's a name. So I get that. I also may be a bit biased. No, I mean, but I genuinely enjoy it. I wish sites like this would give you a placement test, though. I would be frustrated to be time gated at the beginning, even though, well, you can burn through about the first 23 lessons before it starts in. They are, as far as I know, Jacob, you can correct me if I'm wrong. I think they're working on a way to do that, I believe. But I could be wrong, but I think they are working on a way to do that. Honestly, though, I mean, because, like, I'm advanced past a lot of this stuff, but, like, I do find it to be a good refresher. On break now, what's up? What's up? Mark, speaking of Patreon supporters, there is Mark from Language Come Up. You can go check out his stuff in the description below, or search Language Come Up on YouTube. Working on a way to accurately position more advanced students. Yep, yeah, cool. That'll be super cool. How to get seated at a restaurant. Here we go. When asked how many people are in your party at a restaurant, you can respond with hitori, one person, futari, two people, sannin, three people, yonin, four people, or gonin, five people, depending on your party size. What if I have 6 people, though? Not messing. All right. Oh, awesome. Thanks. Yeah. And that's the thing I like about NativShark so far. They are listening to the community of people. People are like, we want to do this. And they're like, all right, cool. Let's see if we can figure out a way to do it. And I think that's really cool. I'm considering implementing it very lightly at some point soon. Don't know. Oh. Hi, okay, sorry, I missed a whole bunch of stuff here. Hi, Seabolt. Hi, chat. I'm going to lurk while at work. What's up, Cloudy? Cloudy also does MIA for Korean. If anybody has interest in following his journey, he uploads as well. You can go check out Cloudy Howdy's channel. I don't know what Seabolt said to the question. I just wanted to acquire as much of the language without thinking about grammar for the first... Yeah, no, I said it depends on the person, but you've clearly made great strides without studying grammar. Awesome. Thanks. I'm considering implementing a very high... Okay, gotcha. All right. You and your best friend walk into a restaurant in the Gion district of Kyoto. I feel like I'm reading a recipe right now. You know, they always start with, like, this wild story. And it always starts like that. It's like, I want to learn how to make teriyaki chicken. Somebody's like, you and your best friend walk into a restaurant in the Gion district of Kyoto. The hostess yells out, "Irashaimase," to welcome you. No, that's a pet peeve of mine. I freaking hate recipes. This works for a Japanese thing, but I hate trying to get to a recipe. I scroll through 45 pages of a novel just to get to the ingredients. Then she asks how many people are in your party. You don't have a clue what she's saying, though, and you hold up your hands in confusion. She counts each of your fingers. Okay, party of 10. And now you're sitting at a giant table in the center of the restaurant, looking like a complete doofus. Well, maybe that won't happen, but you never know. Just in case, we'd better learn the following phrases.
何名様ですか?
See, this is stuff I don't know this stuff, so this is very useful to me.
何名様ですか?
何名様ですか? How many people are in your party? 何名様. Whoops. There we go. 何名様. That's the other cool thing too for anybody watching that's new to that. You can actually highlight the specific part, so it breaks the sentences down by what it is. Which for one thing like this you might not see, but like in bigger sentences, it's very, very useful. 何名様. Okay. How many people are in your party? You might hear deshoka at the end of this sentence instead of desu ka, but the meaning is pretty much identical.
何名様ですか?
何名様ですか?
Our dude Seabolt is going to get 2K soon. I gained 15 overnight. I don't know what happened. I'm very grateful. Maybe Lindy released a new video. That's anytime I have a spike, I'm always like, did Lindy say something about me? What that was. You hold up 2 fingers at your table and your table is just right. The little things. If you've been studying Japanese for a while now, you're maybe wondering why a hostess would say nanmei instead of nannin. I was thinking that exact thing, which also means how many people. The answer is that nanmei, and specifically nanmei-sama, is more formal, so that you would say that to a customer. Kanji lovers can ponder over the fact that this character means something like name, while this character means person. Non-normally is produced nani, means what, by the way. But let's say you don't want to just hold up fingers like an amateur. Instead, you want to actually say how many people are in your party. Well, you'll have to bust out some Japanese counters. Yeah.
1人、
Fortunately, I do know this stuff.
2人、
3人、 4人、
5人、
and 5 people, and so on. But if learning numbers and counters feels like a hassle, yeah, just hold up your fingers. That's usually what I do, despite the fact that I've spent so much time studying numbers and counters in Japanese. Boom. Language come up. What was the initial reason for doing it? For experimental purposes, or just not being fond of explicit grammar study, or because you thought it was beneficial for progress? Alright, that's 1. This is probably the, 2, don't need. 3, don't need. 4, don't need. 5, don't need. Book, don't need. Alright. Next. Sometimes study content overlaps. For example, we have travel lessons on using daijoubu. Yeah, daijoubu. I thought I misread that. And then we have vocabulary flashcards for daijoubu too. This is intentional and makes concepts a lot easier to understand. A lot easier to learn and remember. Sometimes my brain just puts words in places that it doesn't need to be. Ashiga itai?
足が痛い。
足が痛い。
Yeah, that's pretty impressive, right? This has not been introduced, and boom, there it is. Ashiga itai. I know that. Daijoubu.
大丈夫。
So we've already learned that. I'm gonna get out of this. Well, I listened to people for years talk about how Russian grammar was impossible. I just wanted to see what results I could get. I personally think that a couple of years of incorrect study with grammar books and more traditional methods helped me set me up for MIA better. I feel that I would be pretty lost on grammar. It's definitely an interesting experiment. Hi, don't need hi. And don't need in. It's yes. Or like a informal in. Yeah, and maybe I was wrong on that. That is right. No, I think that's right. Yeah, それは how many languages do you speak right now? Sorry for that. I'm new here. English is my native. I don't know if I would say I speak Esperanto anymore because I haven't spoken in 2 years now. Over 2 years, like 2.5 years. And then I'm in a weird spot where I don't know if I would say my Japanese is better than my Spanish or not. But I can understand and a little bit of Spanish. それは無理 Good God.
いえ、それは無理です。
いいえ、それは無理です。
No, I can't do that. It's not possible. 美味しくない Oh, is
ううん、美味しくない。
ううん、美味しくない。
美味しくない Yeah, we'll keep that. And then いえ、それは無理です。
いえ、それは無理です。
いいえ、それは無理です。
Alright. Good lord, that was a struggle for some reason for me.
いらっしゃいませ。2名様ですか？
4人です。
Fair enough. 4 people. At the table is what they want seated. Alright, man. Let me pause this timer real quick. Boom. We're going to pause that for a minute, and then I will jump. Making one-word sentences. We're getting up there. Let's see where we are at. I'm going to obviously continue in just a few, but I am on lesson... My internet's being lame. I'm on unit 35. So we're getting up there. I mean, I've done through 35. So today I'll be through 30, I believe 37. Should be, because I've only done 2. So I should be through 37. So, all right, let's chat for a minute, and then we will get back in and finish up on some. I'm going to finish those lessons out while we're here, and then we will continue on. So, does anybody have any questions about? Doesn't even have to be NativShark, it can be about anything, but any questions on NativShark or my thoughts on anything or anything like that, and then we will jump back in and finish this up. And also, again, while people are waiting, I want to yet again thank the Patreon supporters for supporting the channel and being sponsors of the channel. Links to their information is below. You can check out their channels or Instagram pages and whatnot that I have down below. You can definitely check that out. And if you want to be a Patreon, you can head on over to patreon.com/SeaboltSpeaks for $1. It unlocks my entire feed. I'm not doing anything where $5 gets you this feed and $10 gets you this feed. Just $1 unlocks everything that I'll ever post there. And then I do have some perks for some other stuff, including a recent perk of it's $20. Basically, I'm charging $20 an hour, which may go up soon. I may leave that as a Patreon special, but with the amount of people that I've had wanting to do that and just how much time I'm spending on it, I may raise that price. But $20 a month, or $20 basically for a 1 hour consultation in terms of helping you with time management. Getting time in. As someone who spends 40 hours of work a week, and with a wife and a kid, and the fact that I get 40 hours of Japanese, that is, I would like to make that happen. I can help you. I can help you figure out how to better fit in all that stuff. When is your interview with Jareen? I sent Eric a message, and he said that he told her, but I have never. I'll send Eric another message and see kind of what's up with that, because I would like to talk to Jareen. So, all right, let me peruse here. YouTube Studio, and 2 more subscribers. Thanks, everybody. Maybe I have a video that's going crazy or something. Yes. My not quitting MIA Japanese video is apparently going nuts right now, so cool. Not super nuts, but it's randomly got a ton of views in the last 48 hours, so maybe that's what it is. Let's chat, new stuff, ask me anything. Immersion, that's the one I'm doing right now. That's already one of my top videos. And okay, so there is that stuff. So I don't, sorry, typos on my phone. I don't think I didn't ask in your RTK video, but what are your thoughts on just memorizing the kanji versus stories? I honestly barely used stories when I did it. That's for the most part what I did, so we're gonna see. I did start using stories a little bit to try and help towards the end, but that's what I did. So we'll see as time goes on. But it's working, because a lot of the kanji that I'm learning in NativShark is stuff that stuff that I've learned through RTK. Yeah, I missed the interview series. It's been a couple weeks. It has been, man. It's just like stuff has kind of like slowed down a little bit, and I do have some emails out, and I've got responses I need to get back with. The problem that I'm running into right now is a lot of the people that I can interview live like in Europe and basically not in America, and there's only so many interviews I can schedule on weekends, and that's the problem. It's a lot easier when I can do it through the week, but it's hard to get people to be up at 4 o'clock in the morning to interview me, or for me to do an interview with at 9 o'clock here. And I, again, I have a job, and when, I get off at 5, and it'd be a little bit earlier for them, but again, with my son and stuff like that, I'm not doing that. So I'm trying to figure out a way to make it work. So hopefully this week, and I've been talking to a couple of people, so hopefully we can make some stuff happen. Hopefully I'll have at least an interview or 2 this week. So, and then that's the other thing too, man. Like, it's between that and now that I'm doing these consultations and having several of those, like, just a lot of my time is being, I'm still hitting my 40 hours, but a lot of my time is being taken up. Yeah, I missed the interview series. Oh, I just read that. Making a story seemed to be a huge barrier. Took way longer, and I didn't even remember the story anyway. Straight memorization worked better. Yeah, I tried to just associate the character with something that definitely seemed, to work. Seabolt needs to conquer Europe now. All right, let's do another NativShark level. Making one-word sentences. By utilizing the context of a situation, one-word sentences can be made in casual spoken Japanese. So let's go. All right. Oh, dragon. All right. Ooh, this is a long one, or a little bit longer than the other ones. One nice thing about Japanese is that we can form full sentences using... Oh, also, so somebody mentioned earlier that it seems like this is a drag, or like not a drag, but like that, not being able to just advance through. There's been, it was the first NativShark stream I did. If you want to skim through some of that, there was one point I learned something that blew my entire mind in half. I don't know why I had never pieced it together, and NativShark did that to me, and that was that. If I'm not mistaken, I think it was that Konban for like this evening, like for like evening or whatever literally was a combination of like kono and ban, like this evening. Like I don't know why, I just assumed like it was just this evening. Like I never thought about it. So I know that might seem trivial, but like there's stuff that I've learned on this that that has been very, very helpful. So just to throw that out there also. Where did my window go? All right. One thing about Japanese... Okay, I read that, but it makes more sense to get good at making simple sentences. First, to make our own one-word sentences, we need to get good at using context to our advantage. Some examples. You take a bit of delicious cake, and all you need to say to your friend is, Oishi.
美味しい。
美味しい。
Oishi. You don't need to say this or cake or anything like that because it's obvious from context that you're talking about the cake you just took a bite of. Your friend tells you a story about a mutual friend of yours. A bird pooped on her head at the park, and then she was attacked by a gang of wild raccoons and had to jump into a disgusting dirty pond to escape them. You then say,
かわいそう。
Kawaiso.
かわいそう。
Kawaiso. You're in Sapporo and on the first date with a potential love of your life, and you slip on ice and fall flat on your butt. Smooth. Your date asks,
大丈夫？
大丈夫？
In fact, you're pretty sure that your tailbone is broken and the pain is horrendous, but not horrendous as admitting this to your date. So you say,
大丈夫。
大丈夫。
You're going to town on a delicious bag of Mike's Butter soy sauce popcorn, and your friend is looking at you thinking, what a pig. But you're oblivious to this and assume they also want some delicious popcorn. So you hold out the bag and ask,
食べる？
食べる？
but aren't the rules for making sentences in Japanese? Konbanwa and kon. And kyo, yeah, right. That might have been what it was, yeah. Yep. But aren't the rules for making sentences in Japanese? Of course, even when they're just one word. Rules for casual one-word sentences. When you have context, filling in the rest of the information needed for a full sentence, as in the examples above, then all three of these word types can be used to form one-word sentences. Verbs, I adjectives, E adjectives, I guess, and nouns and not adjectives. Note that one-word sentences will be much more common in casual Japanese, though it is impossible to use them in some formal situations also. We've written some examples below. You'll just have to guess the context yourself. We're not trying to memorize all of the sentences below right now. This will happen naturally by progressing through our Phase 1 studies, doing our flashcards, reading more lessons, and so on. Rather, our goal is to just think about the types of ideas that can be shared in single-word sentences in Japanese. We're trying to get a sense for the way the language is used.
行く？
Iku.
行く？
Yep.
行く。
Okay, iku again.
行く。
Iku. Nomu.
飲む？
Nomu.
飲む？
Nomu.
飲む。
Nomu.
飲む。
Nomu. All right. E adjectives. Cold.
寒い。
寒い。
Whoa, that dude was really cold.
寒い。
Samui.
辛い。
辛い。
Karai.
忙しい。
Isogashi.
忙しい
That。took me forever. Tango taught me that, and it took me, I struggled so long to get that word.
うるさい。
うるさい。
Urusai. Noisy, okay. Nouns and not adjectives.
かわいそ
かわいそ
Kawaiso.
う。無理。
Muri.
無理。
Which I definitely struggle with from time to time. Once you learn to conjugate adjectives and verbs, the power of the one-word sentence expand exponentially.
行こう。
行こ
Iko. I'm assuming. Oh, casual. Okay. Is masho considered? I guess that would be formal speak, like ikimasho.
疲れた。
う。疲れた。
Tsukareta.
よかった。
Yokata.
う。よかった。
Yokata. I hear yokata all the time. I don't know if I knew that's what that meant or not. Also, based on the first week feedback we've gotten, we'll be making adjustments to how slow it feels in the beginning. Part of it are awesome, but the first 40 units still need work. No, I mean, I don't know. I like that it's been slow because I've basically been using it and then just going and immersing and stuff, and it's worked for me. I definitely understand, like, especially like if you were trying to get like some more advanced Japanese students or whatever, and maybe some people in the beginning felt like they were advancing slow, like, oh man, I can learn more than those couple of words. So I don't know. I'm anxious to see what you all do. Getting a feel for when it's appropriate to use a one-word sentence takes time, but I encourage you to be on the lookout for when and how they are used by native Japanese speakers. Once you get a good sense of when and how they're appropriate, your casual fluency should improve dramatically. Taberu? This is delicious. Oishii. I feel so bad for kawaii. Not kawaii. Kawaiso. Okay. I understood that. All right. Ikimasho is more polite. Oh, okay. Cool. Good to hear. I feel like there's a market for more advanced beginners that can really skip some stuff. Yeah. This is... What is that? Unusual or strange? Okay. Also in winter. It's winter, but also hot out. Unusual or strange? Man, okay. Difficult. Almost want to say enemy? Guy, slave, fellow. Definitely not enemy. Again, woman. A woman mentions that the guy she can't stop talking about again. Okay. Guy or slave. Okay. Boom. What is happening behind my house? Like somebody's like tearing their house down or something. This is, yeah, unusual, strange, change. Okay. Cool. Still don't know it. This is guy, slave, fellow. Obviously, because it was such a quick review. I know that's one unusual. All right. All right. Emo wa, oh man, what is the how do would it be imo wa haruda? Aki, okay, I don't even know the season.
今は秋だ。
Apparently I'm struggling with
今は秋だ。
seasons and days of the week today. Ima wa aki da.
今は秋だ。
今は秋だ。
Aki da. 変だね。
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 Okay, yeah. So this is a beginner lesson, and yeah, I've never ever heard the. Well, I mean, I've probably heard it in Immersion, but I've never seen the word "hendane" or "hin."
変だね。
変だね。
Hendane. That's a good one. Hinna yatsu.
変なやつ。
変なやつ。
Hinna yatsu. Oh yeah, weird guy. Yeah, because it's a non-adjective. Hinna yatsu. Working on making some of those mnemonics more helpful. Hovering over them will show the radicals in a pop-up. That'll be cool. Indeed, awesome, really stuff. Thanks for the kind words. Yeah, man, I genuinely think that you'll have a fantastic product. That's legit.
変なやつ。
変なやつ。
And that's why, like, when I messaged you about even streaming it, I was like, I know, because I feel like a lot of, like, people who do YouTube are just constantly looking for free crap, and they're like, oh, I'll do this. That's not, I want to support people. Like, I don't want free stuff. I want to support people. If everybody wanted stuff for free, nobody would ever make any money, which means no one would ever make content because there would never be any money coming in. I want to support you guys, you know? Because and after using it, that's why I did the free trial. That's why I signed up for the membership.
変なやつ。
変なやつ。
It's good. 今は秋だ。
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 変だね。
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 I feel like, so I've been watching, I don't talk about this a lot because I feel like this can split people. I've been watching The Naked Director on Netflix, which is about Toru, whatever his name is, the guy that basically brought porn to Japan. It's a really fascinating watch, but I feel like I hear Hindane a lot. You're too reasonable. I mean, it's the truth though, man. Like, hennayaru, yatsu.
変なやつ。
I messed that, but that's the only one. So hennayatsu, hennayatsu.
変なやつ。
But I feel like I hear that word in that all the time. So, and this is also cool. So, like one of the flashcards that I had earlier, if people remember watching earlier, otsukare, right? Like for, it's used as like cheers, right? So there you're seeing it just in another tense of, you know, whatever. Like, so it's you're getting reinforcement of words that you learned by actually it just being incorporated into the program, telling you, you know, good job, right? Otsukare, you just went through something kind of challenging and taxing. Otsukare, like, yeah. So that's some kind of cool stuff. I think I should have one more lesson that I can do.
名前何？
バンバン。
バンバン？変な名前。
うるさい。
I don't know what that last word is, but that was a funny conversation. Oh, okay. Urusai. Okay.
うるさい。
Urusai. That cracked me up. That's a weird name. All right. That's what I thought. Funny enough, when he said that, I was like, that's a weird name, but that's where they went with that. It was funny. All right, I think this is the last one that I can do today. I think this is my fourth. So here we go. How to ask for a non-smoking seat. I believe I could be wrong. I'm gonna take a shot in the dark. I think smoking is like fumo or something like that. I could be wrong. I might actually be mistaking that with Esperanto, and I know that's a really stupid thing to confuse Japanese with, but... Alright, so let's read this. What is that? Kinen de. Non-smoking section, please. Kinen de. Onegai shimasu. Okay. Kit and kitsu. Is that ki? I can't... I have the window smaller so I can see the chat. I'm going to zoom this in. Kinen, Kitsuen. Okay. De onegai shimasu. Smoking section, please. Okay. Can be used as responses when asked if you will be smoking. Okay. All right, let's see how this works. Looks like we learned some good kanji down here, too. Depending on your home country, this might seem a bit strange to you, but a rather large number of restaurants in Japan allow smoking, and many of them are divided into smoking and non-smoking sections. I know that smoking, as far as I know, is still absolutely incredibly huge in Japan. I'm headed to sleep now here. Hit me up if you wanted to get that interview in. Your night, my morning would likely work out. Okay, cool, yeah. I will absolutely... I still have that email. I just haven't responded yet. I've got 3 of them sitting there that I need to respond to. But I absolutely will. Thanks for stopping by, man. I appreciate it. And, you know, again, not you know, I definitely enjoy it. If I didn't enjoy your product, I would not have paid for it. So, after living in Japan for a few years, I got used to having the smell of cigarette smoke on my clothes after a night out with friends or sitting 3 feet from a few chain-smoking 20-somethings. But when I have friends and family visit me from the U.S., at some point they almost always end up complaining about the smoking in restaurants. If you don't want to get seated in a smoking section of a restaurant, or if you are a smoker and you do, then hopefully this lesson will provide useful. Yeah, there's one. I think there's one restaurant in my town that still allows smoking inside, which I thought was against. I actually thought that was against the law, but I guess you can maybe apply for. Well, not including like bars and stuff, but. Yeah, I was in Tokyo last year. Many restaurants were full-blown smoking. Yeah, I'm pretty positive it's definitely, like, a huge thing over there still. When you enter a restaurant, aside from being asked how many people are in your party, you might be asked if you're planning on smoking. In such case, the person about to seat you may ask...
おタバコは吸われますか？
Tobacco, right.
おタバコは吸われますか？
Suaremasu ka? Cigarettes, Suaremasu ka. Okay, smoking is I'm assuming suaru. I'm gonna look that up just for suaru. Nope, that's seat. What? Okay, hold on. I think I'm reading into that wrong. Otobako wa suaremasu. I wonder if that's it's su. Okay. In its passive form to add formally, but you might also hear this in a sentence. Okay. All right, so it's actually su. I wonder why it's I'm assuming that's a grammar point, but I wonder why it's su, to smoke or breathe in. Su. I wonder why it's conjugated with a wa, like suwaru. I'm assuming that's some sort of grammar structure or something like that. These stories are perfect, actually. Well done. Yeah, I think they're very well done too. Smoking is su. Yeah, I'm confused.
おタバコは吸われますか？
おタバコは吸われますか？
I'm confused on the su, the waru, because suwaru is to sit. So I'm confused on suwaremasu ka. Anyway, that doesn't matter. I bet they might explain it. Maybe I should chill out here. Here we go. Actually, I think it seems like they talk about it right here. Let's get down to it. Tobacco is just the word tobacco written in katakana. It is also possible to write it in kanji. Tobacco. Okay. Which looks like... Okay. Is that the character for old, maybe? No, that looks like flower, actually. All right. Aside from meaning tobacco, however, it will often be more natural to translate this word as smoking or cigarettes. Suwaremas is the verb su, which means something like to inhale, or in this case, to smoke. If you're into Japanese grammar, you might find it interesting that it's in its passive form to show a high level of formality, something we explore more in phase 2. There we go. So we will learn more about that. Let's just not, just right now, just need to know suwaremas. All right. It seems like a lot to remember. Don't fret about it too much. Just listen for the word tobacco and you should be fine. Additionally, there are 2 other words you should learn here. Kitsuin, smoking, i.e. smoking section, and kinen, non-smoking. I think I read that right. We'll find out here in a second. You'll actually see the latter posted on signs around Japan, in which case it means something like no smoking or smoking prohibited. Ah, okay. Cool. So the hostess asks you...
おタバコは吸われますか？
おタバコは吸われますか？
Okay. Because actually, when I heard that, before I read that, I was thinking tobacco sit. Like, that's literally what I was thinking, because of suwaru. All right, so anyway. How do you tell them that you want to be seated in the non-smoking section? Here we go.
禁煙でお願いします。
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 禁煙お願いします。Okay. If you do want to sit in the smoking section, just replace 禁煙 with 喫煙。
喫煙でお願いします。
喫煙でお願いします。
Okay. That should be all you need to get yourself into or in the smoking or non-smoking section of the restaurant you're in, unless they don't have a non-smoking section, which happens sometimes. That's crazy. It's just so weird. I guess it's just a cultural difference. Like, because in America, it's such a it's so crazy to like. It's still, honestly, when I go down the street and I see somebody smoking, it blows my mind just because of like the super anti-tobacco culture that we've grown into. I don't care if people smoke. That's not what I was saying. Also. That is sort of my point about not learning grammar. It's easy to understand how a verb ending "u" conjugates just from immersion. Not sure. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I guess I will know that sentence now, but yeah, I don't know. We'll see. I get where you're coming from for sure. Are you obsessed with speaking perfectly natural Japanese? I feel like my book learning helped me. Absolutely. Read to do that. We need to move those notes out of the sentences. Too much important information was put in them and it's easily overlooked. If so, you might not want to use the above phrase with de onegai shimasu in response to the question. Instead, it would be a bit more natural to use the same verb in the question, su, to smoke, when responding.
いえ、吸わないです。
吸わないです。
いえ、吸わないです。
Okay.
はい、吸います。
はい、吸います。
Okay. Now, see, grammatically, I understand this because I know that when you're changing to a negative, like for example, ikanai, like iku becomes ikanai. Like so I actually grammatically understand that, which I'm assuming is very similar to the passive whatever. So it seems like Kirdali had a video about that where the passive form, I just don't know when to use it, but the passive form change because she has like the chart set up and it like changes to the E form of whatever tab you're in. Like it was a whole big thing, but we just figured out that the de onegai shimasu pattern was easier because we didn't have to conjugate any verbs. Also, the de onegai shimasu since don't sound strange or anything and they're perfectly natural in isolation. A Japanese person may very well say one of those in the same situation just because it's what they always say when entering restaurants. If you're not obsessed with making your every utterance in Japanese 100% accurate and natural, an invigorating form of self-torture to which I prescribe, then completely ignore this detour. We can plan for all kinds of potential situations in which our predetermined travel phrases will come in handy, but the real world is unpredictable. For example, you might not get asked whether you'd like to sit in a smoking or non-smoking section, or maybe you did, but you didn't understand what the person was saying, and now you're sitting in the wrong section. If you find yourself sitting in the smoking section and you're not happy about it, you can ask your server if there is a non-smoking section, or vice versa. To do this, we'll add the suffix sesa? Seki. Is that seki? I can't, dude, my eyes are so freaking bad. Seki. Okay. To the end of either kinen or kitsuen, giving us kitsuen seki, non-smoking seat. Okay.
禁煙席ありますか？
禁煙席ありますか？
禁煙席がありますか？
喫煙席ありますか？
喫煙席ありますか？
Okay. Boom. You're now the master of getting seated in smoking or non-smoking sections in a restaurant. I feel like that's useful. And I feel like especially watching a bunch of different shows and stuff like that, especially from where I'm watching stuff in Japan, obviously that's going to help me tremendously. So, all right, complete. So I think that's my 4th lesson. We'll get through the other 2 parts of this, and then that will be all 4. So here we go, gathering the information. Pull that over. This is value or price. Yeah, I struggled with this one during RTK a lot. Like really struggled with it. Person in West, that was the same. It was almost the same thing that RTK gave me. A person from the West may have different values from the one in the East. Yeah. So hopefully I can just kind of see it and get used to it. But all right, that is value or price. That looks like display. Okay, it kind of looked like something else, but this countries you can. Okay, so display or price. Display, show, or express. I'm sorry, display, show, or express. Boom, 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 boom. This looks like display forest. Prohibit, ban, or taboo. Jesus. A sign is displayed at a grove stating that the entry is prohibited. Okay. All right, display sign. Prohibit, ban, or taboo. Prohibit, ban, or taboo. Okay. All right, so we got a bunch going on here. Consume, eat, drink, or smoke. Mouth and pledge. A mouth pledges to consume all of its available food, be that food, water, or cigarettes. Okay. Yeah, I'm not. So mouth. Big. All right, that's going to be a little difficult for me as well. So we've got West, soil, and let me see. This is smoke. Oh, crap. Actually, okay. Now that I say that, yeah. I actually remember fire from the West. A fire, basically, a fire from the West makes smoke. Okay. A fire to the west is smother. Okay, smothers and turns to smoke. There we go. That's that. Okay. All right, so let's see. This is value. Okay. This is display, which we'll see how these go over the next day or two. This is prohibit. Remembered. This is, I don't remember, I don't think. Mouth pledge. Consume, eat, drink, or smoke. Okay. Boom. And this is smoke. Bam. Atsukai. And, let's get the vocabulary started up here. Okay. 彼は学生だ。
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 No effort. 私は学生だ。
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 Also want to say one thing about this program that I very well appreciate. I think that so many places get so hung up on teaching you super formal Japanese, and there's nothing wrong with that. But a lot of times in anime and stuff like that, if you're watching it, or even TV shows, a lot of times the da and which a lot of times this is even disregarded. It would just be like you wouldn't even have watashi. It would just be like gakusei. But like watashi wa gakusei da, like you would hear that more than gakusei desu. And I appreciate that NativShark introduces you to that. これはペンだ. Okay.
これはペンだ。
I'm gonna actually, I was practicing kanji with the other ones. I'm gonna keep that one out here. So, これはテブルだ?
これはテーブルだ。
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff that I know katakana wise, but I tend to continue to get like I will keep it just for practice on my katakana because I don't see that one. 私は人だ? Yeah.
私は人だ。
私は人だ。
Sometimes I get confused when I'm supposed to use hito and stuff like that. Boom, and now we got the dialogue.
あさって原宿行こう。いいよ。
おはては原宿行こう. So I'm assuming this is a place. Harajuku. Okay. いいよ. Next. Conversation between. Next. Oh, it's loading. Okay. I think that should be about it. Yep. See now, study now is you can't go further because it doesn't want you to overbear yourself in flashcards and stuff like that. So, but yeah, does anybody have any questions about NativShark or anything, but about NativShark? Because I'm gonna close this window in a second. And we'll get back to the other thing. But does anybody have any questions about just the different things? I can show you. I know I was gonna show some people some stuff. So stats. You can check out stats. I haven't looked through a ton of these stats, but we'll see. Let's see what's going on here. All right, so phase 1. Okay, yeah, so estimated time of completion will be 30 days from now. I should complete. And that's if I continue to go. Because the thing is, as these lessons become harder and more new information is put in front of me, I'm not 100% that I will continue doing 4 lessons. I want to also... because I'm not concerned anymore about wanting to be fluent in Japanese in 3 months because it makes me look cool on YouTube. I don't give a crap about any of that stuff. I just want to learn Japanese. So as these lessons become harder, I may drop that back. We'll see. We'll see how far I can continue to go. Because a lot of the stuff, which today, being someone who would consider themselves not totally a beginner in Japanese... I'm not an intermediate for sure, but I'm definitely not a beginner. But there was information that was put in front of me today that I did not know. And so, depending on how my flashcards go and stuff like that, I will probably continue doing that. Now, if you guys want to see, let me see if I can do this. I'm going to show this comparison one more time for anybody that jumped in So I do have the basic subscription. And basically, so the basic I got, it has Kana quizzes, which I've actually not even looked at. Maybe I'll check that out in just a second. But I got it for shadow loops, because I'll eventually probably do that. Because I do like shadowing and stuff. And then advanced stats, which I'm assuming probably is that tab I was in. You may not be able to access that. But if you don't have interest in that stuff, if you literally just want to use NativShark, it's $7. It's $7 a month, which is way cheaper than like Pimsleur and stuff. And I honestly feel like you get a lot out of it, personally. Now you can do yearly, which is billed all up front. I had thought about doing that. I just I can't come up off of that kind of money just right yet, just because of some other bills and stuff on the way. But I'm more than happy at paying $14 a month, and I'm not going to cancel my subscription. I'm going to enjoy that. And I think I think it's really, really cool. Now, as I get further into it, I can't show you guys the pitch visualizer because I just did the basic setup for now, but the pitch visualizer shows you, it literally takes the audio track from someone speaking and shows you the exact kind of thing. The other cool thing would be custom flashcards. This would definitely be very helpful for someone who may not be an Anki fan or something of that nature. And then custom Shadow Loops album as well, where you can take what you want to hear. Let's go to tools real quick. Here we go. Let's see. I just want to see. With the light plan, we hope to remove the financial barrier to learn Japanese. Yeah, no, for sure. And that's the thing. Like, I'm a firm believer that you don't have to pay anything to learn Japanese, but $7 a month for a very well put together program, especially mixing this just 30 minutes or an hour a day with, immersing and stuff like that. I think it's super, super useful. So, let's see what Kana review is. I just want to check out some of the stuff. You were taught gradually within your daily studies. They can also be studied from this page. Okay. View progress to see the kana you've learned. To pick up where you left off, click start. You can click each kana set you've learned, and you can start reviewing any set. Okay. And you can view full kana charts down below. All right, that sounds really, really cool. Hiragana. So I've already learned all those, so that we're not overly concerned about that. Conjugation drills. I'm not going to jump into any, but I feel like this will be really, really cool. It should not be used until you have completed all the lessons teaching verb conjugations in phase 1. So yeah, I'm not even going to look at that, but this is very, very cool. Anxious to see what some of that stuff is. So, all right, listening. Yeah, see, it probably won't even let me access this, I would imagine. Yeah, it's grayed out, and that's perfectly fine. Shadow loops should be available, though, I believe. Yeah. So, vocabulary audio, view tracks, there is some stuff. And the cool thing about this is that you can, and this is actually, I didn't realize, yeah, this is some of the stuff that I've actually learned. But you can set one of these, so I know, all right, yeah, so this is the interval in between, so how long you need in between each loop to say it. This is how many times I believe it says it. Wow, Seabolt, you're still streaming. I took a break and you're still here. Oh, yeah. On the conjugation tool, you can also look up conjugations. Awesome. Yeah, okay. This is how many times I believe that the phrase is said. So this will say domo 3 times. And then each time it says domo, it's going to have 1.5 second in between, I believe. So let's check this theory out.
出口はどこですか? 出口はどこですか?
Sorry, I forgot to scroll down.
出口はどこですか?
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 何
Nani?
何
Nani?
何
Nani? All right, and this is just
何
literally going through vocabulary that I've already learned. I wonder, does it add, just out of curiosity, Jacob, does this add the audio from the stuff that you've learned? Like, does this specifically, I mean, all this is all stuff that I've learned, yeah. Like, this is all stuff that I've learned. Oops. Loading tracks. Okay, yeah, so you can only go down so far because that's all that you've done. So that's very interesting. You can play the dialogue audios and lesson audio. So I guess it updates as, it must update as you, it doesn't filter it, but that's happening soon. Okay, it appears, like, what's cool is it definitely seems like we wanted to have it filtering before the launch, but didn't quite make it. Gotcha. Because it legitimately seems like you can only access stuff that you've already listened to. If I scroll down any further, it auto resets, right? Okay, this is not something okay, maybe not. I haven't heard some of this stuff, so maybe it does just go down. Maybe it is just all this stuff there. But still, you would know where you were at, right? I gulped down the beer. Yep, haven't heard that. That's weird. Okay, yeah, so that's something. Okay, cool. Gotcha. And that fast refreshing is a little weird, so it jumps up after it loads more. Okay. let me go back to conjugation drills. I'm going to do, one cool thing is that you can shadow and browse the site. Ah, okay, that is cool. Conjugate. Boom, there we go. Look at that. That's really, really cool. That's super, super cool. So there's a lot of really, really cool stuff here. So, all right, I'm going to, I did stop my timer, didn't I? Boom, I did. All right. The bar stays at the bottom of the screen so you can control it and such. Ah, down here. Gotcha. Okay, okay.
何
Because I'm going to be honest, I'm probably going to, as people know, I want to begin speaking and exporting. I might start doing some shadowing on, honestly, I'll probably start incorporating shadowing into what I do. Just go through, start at the top and just start shadowing and just kind of see what happens. Maybe dedicate a little bit of time. Maybe something, can you do that from the mobile site? I feel like you probably can. All right, let me X that off because I'm done with that now. So, all right, very, very cool. Oh, I need to get that window capture down. And let me... Alright. And cool. Trying to make this just a little bit... There we go. Alright. Anybody have any questions or anything of that sort? Let me know. And I'm going to mute the desktop audio because I'm going to start Kantaro back up just for some passive listening. But if anybody has any questions, I don't mind chatting for a little bit longer and all that stuff, so just let me know, and then we can get on. It also works on mobile. There's some audio issues we hope to have worked out by next week. Okay, cool. Cool. An hour? That was an hour and 27 minutes of active study. 1 hour and 27 minutes. Boom. So I've got an hour and 27 minutes of NativShark. I've got a little bit of, almost an hour and a half of passive immersion today, and I've got 45 minutes. I watched a TV show, so we are doing well today. Basically have to have a rewrite of audio across the site coming out shortly and a performance improvement. Cool. I'm excited to see what all you got in store. All right. Like I said, I know there's a little bit of a lack in terms of there's like 30 seconds of delay, but if anybody has any final questions, let me know. Again, before those start rolling in, I just want to say thank you to my Patreon supporters. Thanks to everybody. Thanks for the people, the tier that sponsors these live streams. Language Come Up, Lingoholics, Alexander, the Japan Code, Michael Y, Kadijah. You can check out their links in the description below. And if you have any interest in becoming a Patreon, you can go over to patreon.com/Seabolt Speaks. You can check out any of the tiers, see if there's anything that interests you and whatnot. So, but yeah, and then if anybody wants any kind of like time consultations or anything like that to help get you the most out of your language learning it doesn't matter what language it is, but if you need help kind of setting up a plan or more ideas and stuff like that for learning, let me know and I can help out. I've already had a couple of sessions already, and like I said, being someone with a job where I work 40 hours a week, a wife and a kid, run a YouTube channel, I do live streams like this, and I still manage to fit in 40 hours of Japanese a week. Let me know, and maybe I can help you out. So, all right, nothing seems to be going in, and I feel like it's been a good 30 seconds. So, if nothing else is coming in, thanks everybody for watching. I think I'm gonna go finish the Naked Director. If you guys don't mind, like the Naked Director is pretty brutal in some stuff, but like if you guys don't mind some different things and whatnot, let me know, and you should definitely go check that show out because it's a very, very cool, it's pretty wild. So all right, so Boom, boom. All right, cool. Thanks everybody for watching. I hope everybody enjoyed, and I will see you all in the next stream. Take it easy.